Over the past couple of months, artificial intelligence, more specifically generative AI, has been in the buzz. Ever since OpenAI released their ChatGPT 10 months ago, they made it mainstream, and as a result, so many people are talking about AI. Corporations are in this sort of competition to get their next big thing centered around AI out into the market. In this video, I'm going to talk about a new device that actually has AI built into it by this up-and-coming company called Humane, founded by two ex-Apple employees. This device, there's nothing quite like it on the market, but there is some level of skepticism and some limited functionality, which I'm going to talk about in this video. So what is the name of the device? The device is just called the AI Pin. Pretty simple enough. Pretty self-explanatory. From the name, you could already probably guess what the device is. It's literally what it sounds like. It's just a pin that you attach on your shirt, and the idea is that it could literally transcribe audio. There's a camera attached to the pin, and it looks like there's some sort of a AirPods charging case attached to the pin. You could put the pin inside the charging case when you need to charge, and the whole takeaway is that it's supposed to be a replacement for your phone, and it's supposed to minimize the whole screen time that the majority of people in today's day and age seem to be having. That seems to be the biggest issue with today's generation. It's just everyone is too glued to their devices and phones. So this is supposed to provide some sort of a detox from that environment, but at the same time, let you stay connected through a new means. Okay, so how does the functionality work for this device? So it's pretty simple. You just wear it on your shirt, like I said, and there appears to be some sort of a website that the user visits, and everything, or all their data, all their personal data is securely saved on this website. And the idea is that, for example, if you make a phone call, you want to text someone, if you want to do all that type of stuff, all you have to do is ask. It's literally like having an assistant, right? Like, think of it like Google Assistant for your shirt. You prompt it, it literally just talks to you, right? You ask it questions, you ask it queries, just like you would with ChatGPT. So you tell it, hey, can you please call mom? And it will go ahead and call your mom, and then you'll be able to actually talk to the person that you're trying to call. And you can also send text messages. You can tell it, hey, text this person so-and-so, and it will literally just transcribe whatever you told it to text that person, and it'll go ahead and send that message out. We're showing some other pretty cool examples on stage. One of the most notable ones was this whole notion of literally translating between two different languages. So the way they described it, right, there's this Spanish-speaking person, and then there's this English-speaking person. So obviously they both can't understand each other. The English speaker asks a question to the Spanish speaker directly through the pin, and what the pin does is takes that audio and just translates it on the fly, and it just translates it to Spanish so that they can actually understand. And then whatever they say, it gets inputted to the pin, and then the pin relays that audio back to the original person, translated into English. That's pretty cool. And another cool example that they showcased on stage, you could literally hold any type of food item in the palm of your hand. AI Pin will take a look at the food item through its camera footage, and it'll be able to tell all the macro calculations, right? Like how many grams of protein are in this like handful of almonds that I'm holding, how many carbs are in this item, so on and so forth. So that I thought was pretty interesting. And one more thing that I actually forgot to mention is the fact that this thing has a laser display. That's what they're calling it, sort of like a projection, where it projects some sort of an image onto your palm, and this is how you kind of interact with the UI. So this is supposed to be that screen replacement that I was talking about earlier, because the whole notion is to encourage no screen. That's how you do the majority of your interaction, and it's all through hand gestures, right? So think of the Apple Vision Pro. So it's just literally the same type of gestures. So you pinch your thumb and your pointer finger right together, and then it creates some sort of a gesture motion. This all sounds really cool, but at the same time, there are some people who are being pretty skeptical. So for one thing, this has no sort of media consumption, if you think about it. That means that you can't view any sort of mainstream media. You have to keep in mind this is not an actual display, like a phone display or anything. This is just, kind of think of it like the Google Glass, which came out a very, very long time ago. It's kind of in that same realm where it doesn't have any sort of physical display, so it's not a tangible thing that you could interact with. Think of it more of like something that you wear, and then you kind of just, you're interacting through voice. That is almost, I would say, like the majority of the interaction with the device. That's one thing that people are skeptical about. It can't really truly be a replacement for your phone. The starting price, right now, you actually have to be on the wait list to get a chance to purchase it, to try it out. But eventually, when they release it to the public, it is going to start at $700, which is the price of a lot of solid smartphones. At the same time, there are people on the other side of the spectrum that are claiming that, it's a completely different comparison, right? You can't compare the two. So they don't equate. Even though the majority of the features that these people at Humane are advertising, I guess, for this device, they're pretty similar to smartphone features, but at the same time, it's kind of different. And that I think that's what makes this a very unique product. It's that it has a lot of the same features you get in a standard smartphone. It has your virtual assistant like Google Assistant or Siri, but I guess like a more beefed up version of that assistant, because you got to keep in mind it's kind of like ChatGPT. And at the same time, you can make phone calls, you can text people, you can take a look at like restaurants nearby, for example, right? You could technically navigate through that palm display that I was talking about earlier, although it's probably not the best option. But we'll say this product is definitely unique in that it's kind of like a hybrid between phone and something that's completely requires absolutely no physical touch whatsoever, like the Vision Pro. So I want to end this video off by saying it is a very unique device. There is probably stuff I missed. I can't fit it all into this video because I want to keep this video pretty sweet and short. I just want to give my thoughts on this new device and just AI in general and how AI is being used in this device. But I'm going to be linking the product link in the description below so you guys can check it out there. I'll also probably list the keynote. So if you're interested in watching the whole thing, go right ahead. Either way, that's been it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye.